I'm going to put a blanket on my shoulders because it is a bit chilly in my quiet room. All right. Here we go. Sunday, November 5th, maybe, 2023. Intent of tonight's interesting. Oh, please pardon the yawn. Time change. So, although the clock says it's 8 o'clock p.m., it feels more like 9 o'clock. And since it's dark out, it feels like I should be in bed by now. But I wanted to do this last transmission before I go out of town for a little bit. So I'm pretty well. Have a very good idea of what wants a voice tonight. So we're going to turn the video off in a bit and give myself a few moments to tune in. And I kind of do that because if I leave the video running, I feel a lot of pressure to breathe quickly and to then move on. Whereas if I turn the video off, then I can more easily relax and ground when it feels right. And then I can go turn the video on, and then I don't feel as much pressure to move things along, or the feeling that I have a lot of video I have to edit, and that takes a long time to go through, blah, blah, blah. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn off the video, center, and then we will reconvene in just a bit. Hey. Okie dokes. Well, that was a bit interesting. I was pretty certain of what I was what wanted a voice, let's put it that way. And when I tuned in, there was a couple of the parts that wanted to have a voice. I guess I would have thought it would have been a totally separate and lengthier discussion, but let's give it a voice because that's what came in most recently, and then maybe it'll segue into the part that I thought, oh, I see, maybe that's how it's going to segue in. All right. So the first part of the week, first half of the week, let's say, was a lot about creating sacred spaces, practicing that multiple times a day, which is very, very good to do, because then not only does it become second nature, you know there's steps to it, you don't have to think about it, but you also get to trust it, that it really is something something special. It's to create a sacred space allows you to experience things without fears and judgments and whatever. The right things happen, and you learn to trust that. You put the right intent, plural, because there's two people or more. And you do the protocol, the boundaries, and all that stuff. And just like the right things happen, you learn to trust that you can delve, dump, dive. You can like settle into this space and trust that the right things will happen. It's a lot less fear about, should I do this, should I not do this, I'm not feeling good about it. You just trust that you go into the space, create your sacred space, and the right things are going to happen. It's to do it many times a day for a week. You just learn to trust that it really is something significant, that you can really work on these issues, show up and work on them. You don't have to really try to like think your way through them, rationalize things. You just show up, create your sacred space, let the universe provide. So I guess that was I Right, so that was from day one, but the first half of the week was a lot of healing type of things, getting into blocks and resistances and phobias and fears and whatever else. And then it kind of started moving into the second part of the week, second half of the week. It was more, I guess it's still healing, but I guess it's less personal healing as it is. I guess it's still but it's more partner work. Let's put it that way. Where and you're working more. And I'm gonna give it a Tantra R rating. You know, PG. My Tantra PG is, you know, there's a fully clothed, non-sexual touch, right? Physical touch, but you have your clothes on. It's not sexual. You know, I rate like Tantra X is that, you know, you can still have clothes on if you want or not, or partial, but the intent is to generate sexual energy for the purpose of whatever you want it to do. Like, it can be for sexual release, can be for enlightenment, which is like Tantra E, which comes after Tantra X. More of an enlightening, the energetic word of, you know, you've generated the sexual energy and now we can use it for enlightenment, for healing, for whatever. Tantra R can be fully clothed, could be partially clothed, could be no clothes, but the intent is non-sexual. So the two practices that were towards the end of the week were the Yoni massage and the Varjar, I always call it Lingham, massage. So, you know, we're less clothes, so it's not PG, and we're working with, you know, genital areas to honor and to release. And it's like, right, so it's not about sexual energy at all. It's totally not, and it's implied explicitly, implicitly that it is not. We are working to heal some of the areas for both parties in the genital section. As pelvic floor even, let's say, right? Because we go, you know, you have the genitals, you have perineum, you have anus, you have sit bones, that whole pelvic area that can get locked from traumas is to try to release, to honor it. So Tantra R is my rating. Yeah, incredible procedures, really. So what else wants to be said about Yoni massage and Varjar massage? Yeah, I wasn't expecting to talk about that today, but I think it segues into the next. So just enough said on that. That was the second half of the week. There was more of a focus on that, and it is, you know, Margo Anand, her protocols and her procedures and the way it's implemented in Skydancing Tantra for these, I guess the word rituals come up, is quite amazing, quite powerful, and just not for. I gotta take a breath because I'm getting a little emotional. And you know, they're huge for the person, for both people involved in it, right? Super huge. But it's even more than that. That's what I sense. It's more than the personal. It's like humanity. It's the collective. It's the female archetype and the masculine archetype. Like we're working on healing at that level, like the consciousness of the planet. You know, humanity. You know, we heal enough people and it's the 100th monkey, right? Not everyone has to go through it, but enough have to go through it to release, to create a pathway for everyone else to just flow. They don't even have to follow, they just have to flow through it. So for me, it's like and that's the part that makes me emotional. It's like the planetary consciousness, humanity aspect of the work.